Pan poseł Agnew.
Thank you. I'm interested in the climate action section of these new proposals. Now, which of the 5 greenhouse gases are farmers supposed to reduce? Would it really include water vapour, the biggest one? And how will the reduction in these gases actually be measured? I mean, that cow Daisy, how do we know she's reduced her methane output this year as opposed to last year? And the same would apply to nitrous oxide emissions. And of course, Commissioner, we've got a contradiction here because the Commission wants an increase in leguminous crops, and what do? Emit nitrous oxide. So we do need some serious guidance on that. And how will the outcome actually be measured? What actually constitutes an improvement in the world's climate? And supposing that there is a deterioration, what part of that deterioration will be allocated to greenhouse gas emissions? And how much would be allocated to solar cycles, lunar cycles, ocean currents, the wobble of the Earth on its axis? These are the main drivers of our climate, and farmers can't influence those things at all. So we really do need an instruction manual for farmers on how to improve the world's weather, because they could find themselves disobeying the law because there is no real way of telling them that they are obeying it. Thank you.
Mr Agnew, as I said earlier, the fundamental shift is dealing with the member state rather than dealing directly with the farmer. There is a lot of existing legislation that you mentioned that have to be complied with already by member states. A good example of that is what happened in the Netherlands, where the existing legislation dealt with ammonia and phosphorus in relation to the dairy sector, and where the Netherlands had to cull 160,000 cows with the in order to get back on track in relation to their emissions. This is a very serious problem for the dairy farmers of the Netherlands, and they didn't like it. Mr Husserl will brief you there on what the exact details, but member states will have to have targets in relation to what they have to meet in the future.